Good morning. My name is Tim George. I'm the CEO of Pensana Plc. Background on me a little is mainly in production in terms of being a mineral engineer, graduating from Leeds back in 1986 and entering gold, coal, diamond production for the first decade. And subsequent to that, I was involved in business development, particularly for the Anglo-American Corporation of group companies around sub-Saharan Africa, spending quite a number of years in Nigeria and Angola in the late 90s and early 2000s. By way of corporate recent past, I've been involved in listing and M&A activity on primarily the London Stock Exchange in various roles and various organizations before joining Pensana Plc. Pensana has been involved in a couple of projects over the last 7 years under my tenure in Angola. The main focus for the past 7 years has been on developing the Longonjo project, which is a rare earth associated with a carbonatite deposit in the center of Angola, about an hour or so away from the province capital of Hambo, and particularly encouraging being right alongside the Lobito Corridor. It's about 4 kilometers away from the railway line that goes down from the center of the Congo and Copper Belt all the way down to the deepwater port in Lobito. So it's been an absolute pleasure developing a project with access to infrastructures, power, water, transport, etc. And this is now becoming one of the lowest cost and competitive alternatives on a west-facing basis for the development of a rare earth project globally, with one of the largest untapped resources globally as well. We are now moved through exploration and all the permitting processes into construction as of this year, and commissioning towards the end of 2026 and production in 2027 on that particular project. In addition, we have another carbonatite deposit around 40 kilometers away from the Longonjo project called Kula, which we have done some preliminary work on and have just recently commenced a drilling program on that particular project. I'd say in Angola, there are more opportunities than challenges at this point in time. It's real elephant country in terms of exploration, the likes of De Beers, Rio, Ivanhoe, etc., and Anglo-American are involved in extensive exploration activities for the past couple of years. And whilst it's a large country with the legacy of a period of civil unrest, it is now emerging into one of the areas where you have unlimited access in terms of exploring for geological features, etc., that really have remained untapped for the past 30 or 40 years. I think as far as this particular sector, if I look at rare earths in particular, there are opportunities for further expansion on the rare earth front in the longer term in Angola. The access to infrastructure, particularly power and clean power in the form Angola has over 1.5 gigawatts of underutilized energy capacity at this point in time. In terms of low carbon footprint mineral production, I think that is a key aspect on this sector. And given the clean sheet that Angola has effectively outside of the diamond sector, I envisage that this will be a country that engages fully with the transparency initiative as they have over the last 3 or 4 years, plus all of the other aspects that investors are looking at in terms of responsible mining going forward as the new projects emerge. In my opinion, I think Angola is one of the best regulated sectors in the subcontinent at this point in time, in terms of the way in which the ministry is fully engaged and active and facilitates the development of exploration projects and the process right the way through in terms of legal framework into seamlessly into mining from exploration. I personally have been thoroughly impressed with the support that we've had right the way through the process, which included that whole period in COVID. We actually secured the mining permit in the first month of COVID, when a lot of other things were coming to a grinding halt. The determination of Angola in terms of facilitating the diversification of its mining sector has been continuous and consistent, and that's another feature of the landscape of that country emerging as it is in terms of GDP growth in forestry, agriculture, other sectors as well, being the focus and target of all of the government institutions. Yeah, I think I just revert on this question to the particular access to hydroelectric power as one of those aspects in terms of the clean energy transition that it's affordable, it's well supplied. In terms of the grid distribution around the country, there are obviously further transmission aspects to bring it to individual projects as they emerge, but that particular aspect of the contribution of the infrastructure within Angola, plus the development of mines associated like ours with rare earths, which are part of the critical metal suites that are so important for the various downstream OEM uses in this whole energy transition. That's it has had its holdups in terms of growth and rollout, as all of us are familiar with, but it is a continued aspect that Angola is going to be able to support as mines and other businesses come on stream. I think on this particular aspect, the extractive sector has, in a way, been neglected by the investment community as a consequence of legacy concerns, and the commitment to social responsibility and mining has been an area where some funds and other investors have preferred to steer clear of. I think at the end of the day, we're going through a phase where the pendulum is swinging back towards realization that most building blocks associated with the fundamentals of commerce and support of aspects like the energy transition rely on mining. And so events like this are critical to actually reawakening that interest in the investment community that the opportunities are there and that these type of activities can be done responsibly and with the support of governments and local communities. The recipes are there, they just need to be followed.